Hi ladies, this is Melanie and I am back for part 2 of the Envelope mini album. I have done a lot of prep work so you didn't have to watch that on video. Quite boring, but I left the important parts to show you. Okay, so when we left off, we had, I had showed you how to put a single envelope and cut the edge, a double envelope with the tags in it, like this one, okay, with the tags like this one. And I had showed you how to put a triple envelope together, okay, and here's the triple one. Now I'm going in, if you notice, remember I said don't worry about the opening, we're going to take care of that. Let me show you how to put the papers and such on. Well, I'm going to decorate and put the papers on. I will pretty much just put the papers on so I can show you how you seal this up. Because if you put this amount, this width of tape right here, your insert that goes in here is not going to go all the way to the edge like you would want it to, like in the others. So you put a small bead of glue here on the edge after you've gotten this part down. But we'll get to that. Let's start with the single envelope. Oh, let me show you the ones I finished, and then we'll go over how to do it. So here are the first three that I have finished. Well, pretty much finished. I'm not completely done, but I've got the papers on. You remember the tag I made? Here's the tag I made, and showed you how to do the tag process on video. And I'm going to show you a little trick. See this on the back? When I do the single envelope, I'm going to show you how to do this trick with the magnets. I've got magnets on the front here, okay, but I'm playing off of those magnets to hold this tag in. So when I put my tag in, I want that magnet to catch, and look, my tag is not coming out. I'm shaking my signature and my tag, my little thing came off, but my tag didn't come out. So I will show you how to do, and then after you put that on, you cover this all up with some pretty paper as well. So this is my single envelope. This, I made this a magnetized flap, okay? And I just put the same image on both sides, but you see I had to put it upside down to make it work right. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't look upside down. And then here's a photo mat for this side, and now this is covered. So you have a photo mat that you can put in there, and the magnets hold that. And this is the single envelope. You turn it over. I've made a pocket. I've covered this up. I've added a pocket. And I cut this pocket according to the paper and inked it, okay? And I cut it a little short. I should have left it a little bigger. That's why I had to put the magnet on. But I said, you know what? I can fix that. So I put this magnet on because I'm playing off the magnets I have in the front, and my tag doesn't come out now. So this is a single envelope signature. And look how much real estate that you have to put your pictures and such in. So that's the first one. The second one, you remember we did the strip to give it the binding piece, right? So what I did was I covered the bottom part of the envelope. I put a strip of decorative paper down the binding strip, and then you open it up and you have this piece here, and you can put a pocket. I figure I will use some of my other decorative elements to put something on this page. Now here's the little flaps that we made, and I put some little pocket tags in the pocket here. You can do it with the same paper or different paper, whatever you like. These two are different papers, and on the back I had some tags that had sayings on them, so I used those. Okay, and so now that, and you see I made these tags to go in there and even with your envelope. So this is your double envelope, and we haven't even put anything inside them yet. But look at all the real estate that you have for your pictures. And here is the one that slides in. But you want to leave this out when you're putting it on the binding, and I'll show you the cover and the binding in the next tutorial. So here's the double envelope, and here's the triple envelope. Here's the front page. Then you open it up, and here's the second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, and I've cut this paper a little short. So I said, oh, what am I going to do? Well, I went in and I found some border strips, and it played off this page really well. So I just put that border strip on to fix my boo-boo. I make boo-boos a lot, even today. And here's the back page. So these are 3 signatures. Look at the real estate you have. You have all the, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and then you have a page for each envelope inside. Okay, and I haven't even made those yet. So that's in 3 signatures, 3 sets of the envelopes I had you make, and I've asked you to make 2 of each. Now I'm going to do the other set on video and show you how to put them together. Okay, so we're going to start with a single one. Now what I use is, this is some chipboard. You can see kind of how thick it is, and I did go and I inked all my envelopes around the edges with Distress ink. I used the, I don't have the lid on it. This is the Tim Holtz Distress inks. I need to find the lid for you to see them. Let's see, where's my little bag? Oh, here we go. It's a different color, but this is what I use to ink my edges with. It's the Tim Holtz Distress inks. Because they stay wet, and you can use the tool. You can use any ink you want, but this is what I use. And I use the, this is the walnut stain, I think is what it's called. But he makes a lot of different colors. The most popular ones that people get for doing mini albums and inking and such around the edges are the Vintage Photo and the walnut stain. Sometimes the tea dye. Those are the 3 main, and black soot. But anyway, back to what I was telling you. Alright, so I have a piece of chipboard. Because I'm going to do this one a little different. The other one, I made a flap. Okay? And all I did was to make, if you want to make another flap, but I don't want to make another flap because this is the middle of the album on the single envelope. So I'm just going to have this connect down on this, okay? So, but if I were to make a flap like I did the first page, I would cut this, not the chipboard, but the paper that I'm gluing on, I would cut it a 1/4 inch, not a quarter, 1/2 inch bigger, okay? So I would have left a 1/2 inch more on there. So when you, and you score it and you fold it, and you put it inside, you glue it down on the inside. Let me see if I can show you on this one. Okay, here, yeah, I can show you. See, what I did was, I made it a little bigger, and I folded it down and glued it inside, and made my flap magnetized. So, but all the chipboard is still covered, but you just have to fold it right here, and then glue the flap down on the inside of the envelope before you bind it. Okay? I hope that is clear. If somebody has any questions or you need me to actually show you on video how to do that, I will certainly redo another one. That's not a problem. But this one I'm going to do different. Just remember, if you want the flap, make it a little bigger. The paper a little bigger. So I've got magnets on here. I've got magnets where I want this to sit on there like that. First I want my pretty paper on there. And then I want this to sit on there. And I want to be able to take it off. Okay? So, let me move that for a minute. And I've got magnets right here. I have little pieces of that tape that I use on top of these magnets so that when I put my paper down, my chipboard down, and when you put it on there, that's how your page is going to look. So make sure you have it how you want it when you stick it down, because those magnets are going to go on just like it is. So, all right, I have this like this. And I don't put my paper on yet. I put this on about how I want it. I want to line it up, make it straight. I want to press down on where those magnets are, and take that off, where those magnets are, and see, because I had tape on the top of them, those magnets are going to line up with the ones I have here. Now, this is the secret with doing that. I think y'all probably already know this. I'm probably going over it, and you don't need to know this from me, but just in case there's somebody out there that doesn't know how to put magnets on your pages, this is the helpful part. So now watch. It's on there now. Now you put your paper on, but only one side is going to, hang on. Wait, it's only going to go on one way because your magnet, I've got them where they're going to repel. So, hold on. This is the way it's going to go on. No, hold on. Look, it's sliding because those magnets are repelling. How did I have it? Hold on. This way, I think. Yeah. So, something's not right. I'm repelling. For some reason. Okay, that's sticking. But that's not the way it should be. Okay, there we go. I told you. Once you get it on there, you have to make sure you get your paper on there next so you know how to put it on. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off because I know how I need my paper. Move this out of the way, and I should have had tape on it, but I don't. So let me get the tape on it. Move that up just a little bit. I'm getting my tape on. And a little bit of glue in the middle. Because this part is going to be removable, I'm putting quite a bit of tape on this. Okay. Pressing it down. Let me go ahead and tape the other side as well, because I'm going ahead and put that on too. Hope this is this clear as mud, ladies? Oh, see, I sure hope I'm making sense. I do some things, and I'm constantly doing because I've been doing them so long. If there's something you see me do and you don't understand how I did it, please contact me. You can always personally message me. I try to check my messages several times a day. If I'm bored, I'll be on the internet all day, and then sometimes I don't feel as well, so I don't get on at all. That's why Sarah couldn't get a hold of me the other day. Okay, so now I have my tape ready to go on, and I've already inked my chipboard. Let me make sure this is going to look right when I put it back down on my decorative. Yes. Okay. So I just checked it out before I put everything down. Now I'm going to flip this over. Let me get my tool I have another tool that I remove tape with as well. This is a quick stick, and it's made by We Are Memory Keepers. And it has this end here that has a little dot of glue. Let's say you want to pick up a rhinestone or something. You use this end here, and you just pick up that rhinestone. It's like glue. It picks it up because it's sticky, and you set it where you want it. On the other end is this little, I don't know, can y'all see how thin that is? It just slides right under your tape, just like that tool does. Okay, and this, just like that pointy tool. I slide under it. Well, this tape is giving me trouble here. All right, there we go. And this. And one more. There we go. Okay, now. I've already forgotten, so I'm going to check again. Well, I can tell now. Okay, so I had it. Let me get this on there before I mess things up. I hope I don't right now. Okay. Oh, well, I'll cut that off a little bit. Something happened there with my paper. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I didn't get it covered real well. I can either re-ink it. Well, I just pick up the whole page. I didn't go on the edge when I want a heavier ink. Or I may cut that off. I don't know. It depends on how I like it. I don't like that gap of paper in there. So I'll probably trim it off. Or it may be the part. No, you can't be on the other side because that's the magnet. So that is the front. I'm going to trim it off, ladies. Hold on a minute. Yeah, and this is the one I had in there for the chipboard too. So, okay. I've got it lined up and so hard to take off just a little sliver. Usually you have to use your scissors to finish it up, to get it. That's how it cut most of it off, but not all of it. So you just get your scissors and go along that line where it cut it. Because of the blade I've got in there, I'm using just for chipboard, and then I switch it out and use my good blade for the papers. So don't ever use a blade that you've used on chipboard on papers. It'll give a very rough frayed edge. And so I try to keep my blades marked. That one's not marked, but I did remember I cut my chipboard last. I'm hoping anyway. Okay, if you have an uneven cut, you can also take a nail file or some sandpaper and sand it down to give it a prettier edge. Okay, now I want to ink it because I cut it. I'm going to ink it. Now with this distress ink, you have to wait a few minutes to let it dry or your tape won't stick. Nothing's going to stick to wet ink. So I'm going to put that down for a minute. And we're going to go ahead and put the paper over these magnets. So I'm trying to decide if I want this paper or if I want this one. So I'm not quite sure what I like that together. And I love this paper. This is going to be on part of the cover. This is my most favorite piece in the whole stack. And then we've got that. Either one looks good, but I'm going to be putting the mat underneath it. So, you know what? I'm not sure I got that on right. It still wants to repel. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? Okay, look. I did mess that up, ladies. I knew I was going to turning it around. So look what I'm going to do. Just take these magnets up because they're the easiest. Either one of them. Okay? Either one of them. Turn it back over and redo it. That's the nice part about magnets. You couldn't remove. I did that. I can't believe I did that wrong. Well, I can believe it. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put it down. I want my piece to go on like that. Alright, press it down. Hopefully, one came with it, but the other one didn't. See if I can get it. No, neither one. Okay, I'm going to have to put some new tape on it. They're not wanting to come with, because I've used them once. So, oop. Come on. Oh my God. I've got my magnet stuck in between here. In between. Oh. Let's just get another one. Easier to do than to mess with that. Alright, here we go. Put that down. Put some tape on it. Okay. Let's see. I want a little piece of tape on there because I'm going to tear that off and let it stick. Then I'm going to put a big piece on top after I get it on there right. I'm such a goofball sometimes, but you know what? I think this is all about what scrapbooking is. If you can boo-boo it up, it can be fixed. I have fixed so many things. It's incredible. I'm like, I did that again. Sometimes I do things 2 and 3 times in a row wrong, and I'm like, okay, it's time to take a break or something. I'm like, wow, I really did that? No way. Of course, sometimes there's some bad language going on with that. My husband goes, what are you talking about in there? Okay, here we go. Now, I'm just going to try to get these magnets to stick again. I'm going to, hold on, come on magnet, there we go. Now they stuck again. Flip it over and put tape down on this new one here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this tape off because it was used once and recover that. Okay. It's over. I know this is the right side to make it this way, okay? Because I flipped it over very carefully this time. So, I'm not moving that. If I do this wrong, ladies, just laugh, okay? Just laugh. I'm hoping I get this right. Oh my gosh. But the odds are at this point I'm getting a little goofy. Because I did all that prep work, now I'm going on video. So goofiness helps, doesn't it? Okay. Now I've got all my little, almost all my little strips of paper off. Okay. Now I need to take these off my magnets because I left them on there so my magnets would stay in place and I could take that off and on. So pray, ladies. Okay, pray. If I'm looking at it right, they are going to match up right. So let's see if I can get this piece on there without having to cut it down again. Well, I'm going to have to cut that one side anyway because I cut this whole thing down. Okay, there we go. Now, don't press too hard where your magnets are, or they will make an indentation on your paper, and they may over time anyway, unless you want to put a piece of paper underneath that. But if you have more and more and more layers underneath that, your magnets aren't going to adhere. So, okay. Now, see, because I had to cut that off, I have this extra piece of paper here. I'm going to have to cut that off with my scissors because I had to cut down my chipboard. And then I want to re-ink it real quick. It won't hurt to re-ink this. Okay, because we're not worried about that. Okay. Now, so we've got Make Good Things Grow. Now, this is the side that does not have magnets because you want the magnets to go on there. And look, it works. I did it right. Thank the Lord. Okay, I didn't want to make another mistake on camera. Okay, I guess, you know what, this paper is so pretty all by itself. I think I'm going to go with this one. And, let that other paper shine. Alright, so I love this. I love this botanical paper here, too. Okay, so we're going to take this off. We're going to take this off. And I'm going to take, let me move that over for a minute. I'm going to take all this tape off here. And stick this on. And be done with that first page. Boy, can I drag some things up. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've already inked it. I get it. I look at the bottom. I look at the edge. And before I actually place it down. And, then I stick it down. Go around the edges. And there we go. We're done. Hold on. Come on. No, don't tell me that. Oh, I don't have it on the magnet. I'm sorry. So you do have to have it on the magnifying size or it won't stick. Okay, so make sure you got it on the magnifying size and it stays on. Even tapping it's not making it off. You'd have to really throw it down. So you could take another photo mat or whatever you wanted to and stick it under there. And look, you could hold probably three more mats under there. I've got two more pieces of paper and it's still staying. So now you have envelope side number 1. Okay, this is the second side. I'm going to use this right here as my my mat. Yeah, I like that writing at the top. Okay, so it's already inked. All I need to do is remove the tape. And I should have put some more on this because I'm going to, I just need to strip down the middle. I like plenty of tape on my pages when it involves magnets. Because I probably will put a tag in here that will need to be used on those magnets. Okay. Alright, put that down. And we're going to put another pocket. Remember I had to put that other pocket on that other one? Well, I already have that ready, and I'm going to show you a trick on how I did it. Okay. I took this piece of paper, this is the one I wanted, on there. Okay. And you don't want to just put this on there and glue it down, because it's not substantial enough to hold the tag. So you use the same craft paper that you would use to do like that strip we did on the second one, and you make a pocket. You do 1/2 inch on each side and 1/2 inch on the bottom, and then you miter the corners, ink it, and fold it up. Now look, that's not going to look right with this on there. So what I did was I put my pretty paper down and I inked where, like, let's say I had it glued. I didn't. I held it on there like it was. And I inked it with my little tool here. Okay? Oh, I'm out of camera, so I'm sorry. Hold on. Something happened. I moved my camera or my table and things moved. Oh, I'm so sorry, ladies. I had a good view going. Hold on a minute. We'll get going again. Just now look at God. I don't know how long I've been out of camera. Okay, well, we're back in, so I'll look at it before I publish it. Okay, so I inked it so I know where to cut my brown paper. I didn't know where to cut it until I inked it. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to kind of lightly follow the edges of how I cut it. A little bit of fussy cutting around like where I had it. Okay. And into the edge. And now I want to go down here. And so when I get done, I can ink it and it'll look better than, well, we're not going to need that. And we're not going to need that. Okay. So now I'll put my paper on. And that looks much better, right, ladies? For a pocket. And I like unusual pockets. So that's why I cut my paper like that. It had that geo pattern. So I wanted to imitate that and cut some pieces out of that to make it look right. And I'm just following up a little bit here. And I'll show you when I get done. Hold on. Can't get in there. Hold on. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. Okay, hold on. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to cut that down some more too. Okay. Now let's see how it looks. If I were to glue it on now, that would look pretty good. Okay, but there's this one side over here that's bugging me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Now, I want to ink it again a little heavier where I just cut. Hold on. I get my tool. Because I really want that border on my paper to stand out. Okay, let's see how that looks.